for your soul. Ooh, oh, good food, wine, conversation. Here for your consideration is good, good for your soul. Oh, it's good, good, good for your soul.
What's going on, family? It's your girl Jess
and Ari.
And guess what, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Good for Your Soul podcast. And this episode here is a special one, Ari.
Real special.
It's real special because guess what? This is the Chicago takeover edition of Good for Your Soul. So if you are tuning in on YouTube, please continue to like, share, subscribe. And if you are listening to any of our streaming platforms, please continue to follow and share it with your people. And so, again, if you're tuning in on YouTube, you will see 4 phenomenal, amazing males that are sitting amongst us, and we are going to introduce them and get into the conversation. Are you ready?
Let's get it.
Let's do it. So, on my left, we have Marquise, Jaleel Anthony, and Ari.
Who and on my side, the best side of Chi-Town representing. We got Jay Goss and we got Malik Blair. Let's get it.
And so we're going to allow them some time just to introduce themselves, and then we're going to dive into the conversation. So, Marquise, you start.
I know y'all starting to meet. So my name is Marquise. I'm 22, live in Chicago, born and raised. The best way I can describe myself is prolific, right? You're going to leave here, you're going to be like, damn, folks in the vest, he never tell me what to think, but he always gave me something to think about. So y'all be getting that.
My name is Joel Anthony, and I'm just a serial entrepreneur, and I love helping people, and I love to see people win and grow and build and reach their place in life, because we're all in our places. We create a place for everyone.
They already said my name, so there's no need to introduce myself. Chosen one though, at the best, you know what I mean? But I feel like my purpose is most definitely to help people realize the God within them and realize that they're chosen to accomplish anything that they set their mind to. And I just strive every single day to be that example. So I'm happy for you all here, and thank y'all for inviting me.
It's your boy Jay Goss. What's going on, y'all? Like Jaleel said, man, serial entrepreneur, master barber right here in the city of Chicago, man. So tap in. If y'all watching, make sure y'all come and get one of them glass cuts, man. But no, I had a passion for, making people look good and just, honestly, overall bettering people in their life in general, when it comes to personal development, just things of that nature, man. So, yeah, appreciate y'all for having us.
That's great. Thank y'all for being here with us. So, are y'all ready to dig into the conversation?
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's
do it. So, Ari,
to get this conversation started, I have one question for all of you. So a little background story. We all met through network marketing, and so I know we all have gone down these different avenues. We have not linked up in the past 3 years, so I'm so happy to be with y'all. But what is one word that you would use to describe network marketing? How it's changed your life?
Okay. I'll use the word expansion still, because it just exposed me to a lot of different people with a lot of different purposes, with a lot of different goals, and it helped me just like allow myself to just enlighten me to a lot of different avenues I could take. Even if I'm not personally passionate about it, it sparked my interest in so many different places. I connected with so many different people, so I would probably say that was like the most important thing from it all.
And I would say fun. Network marketing, one thing I can say is most definitely fun. Because you're meeting so many people from so many different places, and it's so many different experiences and events and things of that nature. We're able to bond and get to know individuals. So outside of all of the extra stuff on the back end, I look at it as naturally fun. You know what I mean? Because you focus, and quote unquote everybody is there to achieve something. So surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals and also having fun is the best of both worlds.
For me personally, I say network marketing is whatever you are expecting to get out of is what you'll get out of it, right? So I went in with the mindset like we were gonna build relationships, meet new people. Like I never in my mind thought that 30 years in this. Like It was never like we're gonna be locked in for a dozen of years and running up like. No, in my mind, I had a clear understanding that it was gonna be like Malik kind of always talk on. It's like a college experience. So we got the short amount of window where we're gonna have as much fun and reckless and feel like there's no responsibility and try to graduate, quote unquote, hit chairman or whatever that might be, diamond or ruby, and try to do it. So yeah, that's network marketing for me is definitely about just coming in and really having fun and making the best out of it. But there's the other side of network marketing where people don't talk about a lot. That's the part where it's very manipulative. It's very it's gonna be tricky. Yeah.
If I had to pick a word, man, I'm gonna say fearless for sure. The reason why I choose fearless is because everybody I know at least I'm gonna speak for myself. But going into it, it made me so uncomfortable. You feel me? And not even in a bad way, but just being able to open up and do different things that I didn't do. You feel me? Simply going in my contacts, you feel me? And calling somebody that I wouldn't normally call on a day-to-day basis, but to talk about business. You get what I'm saying? So that definitely was probably the key thing, man. It just made me more open, if I could say that. You know what I'm saying?
So I feel like each of you had like a common denominator when you gave your explanation, which was people, relationships. And so my question to you is, how important is it for you in network marketing to have a solid environment or solid relationships with people? Because I also feel like a lot of times that when we talk about network marketing, we say, oh, we just talk to any and everybody. But also too, at the same token, if you don't have the right environment, then you're not going to be able to expand. You're not going to be able to have fun. You're not going to be able to be fearless. And so how important is it for you all individually to have the right environment in network marketing?
I personally think it's make or break, to be honest. Because if I didn't have, like for example, these were the people who I was with every day, right? The like-minded people that I was with every day. If I didn't have them around me, then I might have been susceptible to the more manipulative side of it. I wouldn't have been as close to the fun of the business as I was. And so I'm always grateful for the people that I was in the trenches with, especially from the start to the end, because now, even after the fact that we removed from network marketing, we're still like-minded. We're still locked in. We're still bonded up. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's make or break.
I want to piggyback off the last part you just said about to this day, like the person who signed me up for network marketing, I don't speak to this day. Really stopped talking to me right after they signed me up, right? And then came back around, but by that point, it was like, what's the point, right? And it's all love, but I'm just being honest. Like that's how much relationships truly do matter, because even after we're no longer in the company, we all still communicate. We all still have moments where we'll come together and laugh and joke, and even if it's not in person, we'll be in a group text, but still, I think, like he just said, those are things that carry. There was so much more that we did outside of network marketing, whether it be cool, y'all, we're gonna go have a sleepover at Malik's house, or we're gonna drive to Michigan and lock in at Jules' house and just like play card games till 2 a.m.
Or send a picture like you did last night.
That's what I was over there laughing about.
That's when I said the group chat.
Hey, first thing I thought about.
But yeah, it's things like that like truly make a difference, because I look at other organizations, even within the same company, and they talk bad about the people they used to love, right? And I could never see do I always agree with them? Hell no. Do they always agree with me? Hell no. But I could never see myself talking bad or telling like, oh, you were flipping.
They really want who
you know what I mean? Like,
no frauds.
These are literally the same characteristics of who I see now who they were.
Do y'all think it suggests that at least everybody goes through network marketing? Because I know for myself personally, it put me on personal development. And so now that I'm on personal PD and stuff like that, it's like now who I connect myself to, it's like 10 times more important just from the experience I had in network marketing. So do you think everybody should experience network marketing?
No.
What I would say is, it's truly relative. I feel like, honestly, if a person is, network marketing will bring you more business experience than going to college and going to college for a business, because it's going to act, and like, this is where I'm at in my life right now, is like, damn, why can't I really bring the same energy that I was for one company, you know, for a company to my own business, you know? But it gives you a glance of what to do, and I've seen it through Jordan. You know, with Jordan's barbering business, he used a lot of the skills he learned from network marketing with his business, and you know, it's definitely been able to grow it. So this is very, very, very key that you all hear this. If you're going to school for business, doing all that, I mean, I personally didn't go to school for business, so I don't know the experience, but I would definitely advise you to go to try network marketing. Because it's going to actually show you how to build a business from ground up, literally. Yeah.
Avon, Mary Kay.
So let's talk about the conference experience of network marketing. Because a lot of times, you know, we could do network marketing in our own, you know, cities or towns or whatever, but it's different when you're at a conference.
Yeah.
So kind of walk me through like how you feel.
Did you miss it?
Going to a network marketing conference.
I'll go.
Yeah, I just thought it was just like literally like 5 different thoughts. I just got chills with that question, man. But the conference experiences, man, the energy was contagious. I'm gonna try to not touch on multiple points. I'm gonna try to be direct, you know, for it. But the experiences was like crazy. The energy, you get what I'm saying? It was really electrifying. You know what I'm saying? And you could just seeing so much success. It inspired you, right? I'm sorry, it motivates you. You feel me? And one thing I took from the conferences is that, okay, this is going to last 24 to 48 hours, right? And once I leave, it's on me if that energy is going to stay in me or not. You feel me? That's what it boiled down to. You feel me? So yeah, it was a good boost, but it really put you in that dog mindset and mentality, because it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I just saw that. You know what I'm saying? I got inspired. It's on me to either, you know, take this motivation and change it to being inspired, or it's going to run out. And it was simply that. You get what I'm saying? So just kind of put you in that mindset.
Yeah.
What I'll say is looking at the other part of it, mainly I take away is, you know, the fun. That's what I look at life as. It's not all about fun, but it's about having, you know, creating memories. And man, those are some of the best memories that I think of. It's like a family reunion that you're related to nobody, you know, and you just have an absolute ball, and y'all are, you know, focused at the same time. You know, you're going there, you're getting some knowledge to take and build your life with, and then after that, you go and have a good time. And one thing that I, as an entrepreneur, as somebody that's extremely, you know, has a lot of ambition, is having fun with the right people. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we can have fun and do all this stuff that's not really contributing to our goal, but at the end of the day, we know after this where we all going to, you know, and party at different levels.
In tandem with that, with the fun part, I think it was what made the conferences so impactful with the timing, because it happened during a very vulnerable part or a vulnerable stage in life. As we just coming out of adolescence, where I was, and so it was very exposing. When Jordan talking about that being uncomfortable, it was uncomfortable, but it was uncomfortable in a way that pushes you forward. You know what I'm saying? So having that and being around the people, because like we was there for the, like, it was cool, it was fun when we was like outside of it, we was there with our group, with our people, but we still was there to listen to prolific people talk about something that they had mastered. So being around them, seeing them break down stuff one-on-one, I mean, you know, all
mastered is a word. We haven't got to that side of network marketing yet.
When I say master,
cappers.
When I say master, I mean masters of the language. Them people, when I went to, what was it? I think it might have been Believe Nation 2, whatever day, whenever we was in Atlanta. That man had everybody in the room crying.
That was Run the Play.
No, that wasn't Run the Play. That was David, not Atlanta.
In Texas.
Michelle performed or something like that.
No, when Big Sean was there.
That was
Big Sean, Believe Nation 1. He had I saw a grown man sitting next to me, bawling their eyes out. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so it was just like the emotion and the stuff that was in there. It was just really crazy. Like it was just crazy. It made the experience like top tier. Just seeing that everybody vulnerable, everybody pushing. You got random people hugging each other. It felt like hyper church.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add on, because that's exactly what I was going with, right? So I grew up in ministry. Blue Nation to me, like when I first joined, I used to tell them all the time, I know I'm gonna win at this shit because of the fact that it's church.
Yeah.
Like it's been like the reason why churches will continue to win is because, like you said, is one, I can play a soft key melody, right? I can play. I know the right words. I know how to tone my voice and make you believe in yourself. And I'm saying a bunch of bullshit, but you're gonna go out and believe. Like that's the reality of what. I'm just being honest. Like that's what it was. And the part, like seeing grown men cry, that's a good testimony. Like 40-year-old folk ass man was crying. But the reality is that there's a lot of science that's built into this too. Like there's a lot of intentionality. Like. From the temperature of the room, from the soft music that's been played, from who the speakers are. Even if you notice, most of the speakers from that conference were pastors, but you guys didn't even know. Darius Daniels, he's a pastor, Change Church in Atlanta. Dr. Caroline Lee, pastor. Michelle Williams, she's in ministry, right? Everybody on that stage, even what's the other guy? David, but the other can't think of his name. He can as well. Exactly the same way, right? So it really began to let me know that these people have understood, one, not just how to market to people, but they really understood how to manipulate people.
A master class of whatever you want to say.
And manipulation is not always a bad thing, right? Manipulation can mean I can manipulate your mind to believe whatever I want you to believe. Right? So that's what I got out of the conference, is that the only thing that I wish that the conference would do is that, one, it would be more practical and not so much more church.
Right.
Because this is why a lot of churches, that's what they do. They get you hyped, but guess what? You're going to go back every Sunday.
Right.
A conference is only, every 3 months, right? So it's not like, where are you going back? Right? And people don't believe that church is like conference, but you pay every Sunday. Right? So it's like, that's why they can have them every Sunday.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying as far as like it gets you hyped up, makes you believe a certain thing, and you go out. But to Jordan's point about it, you got your 24 to 48 hours of that energy is eventually going to be gone. Yeah. So I know a lot of us probably haven't been to any conferences recently, but in our own personal lives, how do you keep that environment around yourself now, being that you haven't been to any conferences? Like, what are some habits and things that you do?
The systems. When we talk about network marketing at the beginning, it was what we took away from it. It's the systems, the disciplinary things that they were preaching, that they were teaching and selling us. It taught us how to build a business for real.
Right.
It was like, if you really want to be an entrepreneur, do this. In any film, any realm of human endeavor, you will succeed if you do X, Y, and Z. So I feel like that's really how you're gonna take that motivation or that inspiration and turn it into like a production type of thing. Like, you stay disciplined. You do those things. Willing to talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You know, you walking out shit out of a restaurant, you never know who you might bump into because who wearing what. Are you willing to talk to them? Can you put your business out there? Can you take criticism? You know what I'm saying? On them phone calls, we in there talking to people for an hour for them to be like, nah, never mind, I changed my mind. And hang up. You know, I can't get mad. I gotta stay calm because I still want the business, right? I still want the life, right? So it's one of the things, like, you just take the systems that they taught. For real.
That's it. Yeah.
You guys.
No, the only thing I was going to add was one thing I did like about it is the emphasis on goals. You know what I'm saying? That helped keep you going as well, because you feel me, like you really do get inspired thinking about what you want. You get what I'm saying? And knowing that you can have whatever it is.
For sure.
It's that next goal.
Yeah, it's the next goal.
Yeah.
That did it a lot. Making flyers before you get it.
But see, not to cut you off, but see, this goes back to this manipulation bullshit. Sorry. But that itself is like manipulation one-on-one.
Remember, I'm just saying.
No, like the goals, but like on that whole, like, what do we do in our private lives? It helps us. See, most people didn't do what we did. We took it and we applied it to our personal lives. Like you said, barber goals. Like, I remember, like, one of your goals was like to cut a certain amount of hairs or something like that, or make a certain amount of money. Yeah. But most people, when they told us to set goals, their goals only became I am. Right? They only had goals for them. They didn't have goals for themselves. And so when you only have goals for I am, you're gonna keep going back to conferences even though you're not leveling up. You're gonna keep going to conferences even though you're not having, you broke, you ain't got no money. Like, That's the dumbest thing.
But that's why the people you surround yourself with they matter most, because it was through, for me personally, it was through seeing Jordan, Malik, and you build other goals or have other ideas that y'all would align with what y'all doing. So everything would complement each other. And then it was like, okay, cool. Keys, what can I do? What am I doing now that I could do better, or that I could stop doing and replace it with something that aligns with? So now the same energy that I'm feeding into this one thing or to this one machine, I'm feeding into all my machines. So I feel like when you gotta take the good with the bad, you gotta be a smart or competent human being. Like if you a sheep, you're gonna get herded. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not a sheep, you gotta be something else. You gotta be bigger than that.
And I also feel like in network marketing, not only is it important for you to have the right people around you, but the right people gotta hold you accountable.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times, we'll like waver off our goals, or we'll take a detour, and you need that one person that's like, baby, let's get you back on track. Because a lot of times, I think we was talking about this earlier, the illusion of what other people have and what we see on social media. We see the nice cars, we see the chains, we see the money, we see all this other stuff that looks good, but if you're not gonna put the work in, and if you don't have people around you that hold you accountable, at that point you just gonna end up sinking in the water.
People that also put the work in too. You can only hold people accountable when you on yours for a person. You gotta serve as the inspiration, the motivation, the fuel for that person. You gotta be that. So when they look at you, they be like, all right, if you doing it, I'm doing it.
Right. But you can't tell somebody to do something if you're not doing it.
If you're doing it, you know what I'm saying?
And something that I do, like, and I still go to conferences and stuff like that, but now I host my own events, right? But I make sure people leave with something practical, right? I had a brunch event, a Boston brunch event, where people built relationships and I know like you, got a client from that event, right? And like actually instilled, and now cool, they're doing life. Like my biggest, I think I just said this in the room at the brunch, I'm like, do not leave here without, like, if you're I have this big thing, wherever I spend money at, I need to get an investment back from it. So when we threw that event, I told everybody, you spent $50 to be in this room. Make sure you talk to somebody, connect to somebody in this room, where you're gonna get that back 10 times fold, right? Because that to me is what network marketing should be, right? People should go to the event, spend, sad to say, $200 on the general admission ticket. Your flight, your hotel, you're gonna spend about $1,000 while you're down there, probably a little bit more, because you gotta look flashy too, right? You're gonna drive Uber Blacks, right? So close to 2,000. Right? So it's like, dang, like, how can I take this? Because I'll be honest, what I witnessed is that I saw a lot of the leaders, when it's event time, they'll come and then they take all that knowledge, all that money, all that stuff back and put it in other places and nothing to do with the business. So they were looking like they were rich because they were getting rich in other places.
And I think you said something that was so profound too, because earlier you talked about how you wish that some of these network marketing events would give something practical.
Yeah.
Well, it's obvious that you went to the network marketing, the network marketing conferences, and you took what you wanted to see, and then you went and you applied it.
Like, I'll be honest, what got me was the lights, the smoke. Like, I'm a production guy, so like, now when I'm playing in my events, I'm like, dude, who did the LED screen in the staging for that event? Like, when I'm playing in my event, like, to me, like, the speakers, anybody can be a good speaker if you got a good story. You got a right piano player behind you, you're good. Like,
talk real soft like that.
Yeah. And you start building up. You know, you got a good story to tell. But to me, it's like the production part. Because if they would have had a regular conference room and a regular we just came, eventually we would have been like, this shit lame. You know what I mean?
Time out though. They could come. I feel like okay, they different, right? The people who were speaking, they had a level where they can come in the conference room and still get results. You feel me?
Not like not $3,000 on a basic stage. They couldn't.
I feel like they can go and affect people the same way. If
affect people, sure, but not that many people in the room.
I mean, no, it's because how many people can fit in the room? You know what I'm saying?
No, what I'm saying is like, there's an ambiance to that.
Oh, absolutely.
That added to like, bro, you gotta come. It's the artist. The Big Sean was at the last one.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, my thing is like, it all boils down to you take all application away from everything. what's up on the table.
Right.
That's real.
All right. Well, we finna shift gears just a little bit. I don't worry about relationship status. However, with dating in, y'all ain't in North Carolina, so dating in Chicago, it might be a little, I know it's different everywhere. But being the kind of people that y'all are and diving into personal development and just being very goal driven, what has been your experience when it comes to dating and finding somebody who's on the same cadence or that matches that?
Okay, yeah.
Let me
I'm about to move it.
To be honest with you, I feel like first a lot of people don't talk about because the world has been so like looked at as you gotta have a significant other, you gotta have somebody else. And to be honest, to me that just builds weakness, to be honest with you, because you're reluctant on someone else to give you that whatever that you need, and everything starts internal. If you live life as external, you're gonna always be looking for that next high or looking for that person to instill you, and you should be able to really instill yourself. So I look at just really focusing on your personal development as much as you can, getting yourself to where you want to get to, and then if that person comes, they come, just like a Scarface said in this country, So whether it's North Carolina, Chicago, it don't matter. You get the money first, you know what I mean? And after that, you get the power, and then lastly, you get the females. That's for like the males and stuff. So that's just the way of the world. That's the way I look at it, to be honest with you, because I know if you do it the opposite way, females power money, you're not gonna get to where you want to get to.
And listening to his answer kind of made me forget the question a little bit. Repeat the question before I answer.
I got you. So basically, I kind of want you to hit on being the kind of person that you are and being indulged in personal development, having that cadence set in your life already, the troubles that you come across in dating and finding somebody who matches that cadence.
Okay. So being how I am, quantity is never a problem. I'm going to be honest. Quantity is never a problem. Okay. Having women pursue me or having the ability to pursue women successfully has never been a problem. It's never going to be a problem. I'm going to keep it a buck. But
he said motion. Okay.
Finding the quality in that number is the hardest thing, because some people aren't ambitious.
Right.
They are not self-motivated. You know what I'm saying? It, like when Malik was saying, if you live externally, that's weak. And you might find, I've experienced a lot of people who they live like that, and you can see it in different habits.
They can't be alone.
They can't be alone. Social media plays a big part into how they view themselves. And that's a turnoff, and it pushed me away. So when it comes to finding people who match my cadence, it's harder, but it's not impossible. I've done it. I'm successfully doing it. So it's not impossible.
And I know what y'all talk about. If you look into actually finding type stuff, like you just gotta go to the right places. Like don't go to a club to try to find somebody that's ambitious. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I'm straight. Nah. He got money though.
Yeah.
He can buy that love right now.
No. I mean, love is different, but we talking about a person that's gonna help you. You know what I mean? Grow. Love is relative.
Right, and you can love anybody.
Yeah, you can love anybody. But I'll say,
can you build with everybody?
Love is like the cheapest level, the most least needed thing in a relationship.
Yeah, it ain't just
respect.
It's to loyalty.
Yeah.
Like, but I ain't gonna go that deep. You
Go ahead, go.
So I'm gonna say this much, right? With where I'm at, I kind of went on this peak, so I'll make this real fast. From the time I was 14 to 21, I pursued the same woman, right? So it was like 7 years of my life. I know I'm 22 now, right? That don't make sense, right? Okay. And I'm just being honest. Like I wanted, like I knew where I was gonna be at this age, so I knew I didn't want to have to deal with 1,500 women. I didn't want to actually have no kids. Like I wanted somebody to be with and grow. And that was my issue in the beginning when I was young. I'm like, we're gonna have this family. We're gonna be rich together, and then people grow. People become who they are, right? So I went and did what I did, and then boom. Now I'm 22 and I find this girl, and at this age, between like 22 up to like January last year, because I wasn't having any successful relationships, I dropped the quality of the woman I wanted to mess with, and so the quantity raised, but the quality of the woman sucked, right? So I was sleeping with anything, but I realized after that, it was one of the moments where it was almost like watching porn, right? And it'd be like, after you done, like, why don't I just do that? It was like, dang.
What did he say? He said after I bust.
Don't call Prophet Wayne. What did he say?
Prophet just say he comes to his senses after,
So boom, after that.
This is PG-13.
That's what I'm saying. So after that, I kind of like got to this point. I was like, cool. I'm at this point where my life where my biggest fear, not my biggest fear, but like my biggest worry, is sleeping. Then it got to the point because I had a pregnancy scare. The biggest thing was like sleeping with the wrong person for temporary reasons and being with them for a lifetime. And so I was like, okay, cool. It ain't even worth it no more, bro. Like, cut it out. So then I raised the quality of the woman I wanted, which instantly drops whatever you're looking for, right? And like Malik said, I don't know where you're looking. If you fishing in a goddamn baby pond, you're not gonna catch no alligator. You know what I mean? If you switching in the swamps, you got a bigger. If you in the ocean, you got a bigger pool. You know, it all depends on where you fishing, right? So. So next thing you know, about April of last year, or I'll say 1st November, I found this girl that I thought she was really cute. But I was like, man, you find out all the time, right? So I said, I'm gonna leave it alone. We started doing work together, business. And then after a while, I was messing with a woman, so I was like, I'm not finna do that. But then down the road, I was like, I generally like how she thinks, the way she acts, her personality. So it's the way she acts. So in April, we went on our first date. Y'all stop.
Y'all went dating?
No, we weren't dating. It was like, no, we weren't dating. So we started dating in April, and then for the last April since till about now, we were dating for this period of time, but generally just as friends. Not sleeping with each other, not doing not going to each other's house. It was just strictly relationship stuff. And I'll say this much. Even if she's not the one, I now have found peace in the ideal that love is real, but also self-love is even more important. Because through this process, we didn't try to build each other. We were like, hey, you go be your best self. I'm gonna be my best self. When we see each other and we hang out, cool, we'll do that. And when we're done, go back and figure yourself out. Be your best self. Go work out life. We don't need to be on the phone all day. We barely were on the phone. We barely text and talk. It was here and there. Like when we spent time with each other, that was the intimate time we had. It wasn't always like, what you doing? Because that's what kills it. Right? So for me, I think the dating pool in Chicago is like the dating pool anywhere else in the world. Whoever you're looking for, whoever you want to attract, it's there if you look for it.
You got something to say?
I was gonna say it kind of what you're saying, because I'm in agreement with 100% what you're saying, but it's a mixture of what Malik was saying and what I was saying too, because when you build that internal self, like my requisites or my requirements for a person may go down. Like when I don't need certain things because I can do it myself, I don't need you for that, I need you for this. It's when I do that or when I lock myself in like that, then I give that person the ability to surprise me or to shock me or to like get out their box. You know what I'm saying? Like it add more equity to their person. Like if I just want you for a certain thing, you know what I'm saying? That's all you do. Okay, cool. My expectations for you, it's already set. But then once you get the ability, once you do something I wasn't expecting, or once you do something that make me look at you a certain way, add to your value, it's just like, oh. And I feel like that's kind of what come in when you stop looking and just let it hit you, just let it find you.
So I know we had a conversation yesterday, as far as, I think you were talking a little bit about like your personal experience, but when it comes to you as a person have a certain network and you come with certain things.
Yeah.
So then it's like when you get in connection with somebody, being mindful if they're trying to use you, manipulate you, and things like that. So I kind of just want to like hit on that a little bit and like what things can somebody do to like mitigate that?
Yeah, so it's and this is what this past person I was talking to is, I control how much of me you get. Like, I can give you all of me, and you still don't have all of me, right? It's like, I can literally limit to just, like, we're dating, so you get the bare minimum of me. We're trying to figure out if we even like each other, right? We're just trying to see, but oftentimes, like, especially me, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like wasting my time. So if I make a decision to date you, I already told myself that I really want you, like, but I'm just gonna play it out, right? But because I don't have to date. If that's the case, we can grab some food, go back to the crib, have a good night, and pick up and do it again. But when I choose to pursue you, that means I actively have to take time out of what I'm already doing.
Right.
So if you make it to a second date, I probably already watch. We married now. We probably That's just me being real. So it's like, how do I control that? First off, I'm gonna be your friend, and most guys don't recommend this, but I'm generally gonna be your friend because I need to watch how you move.
Right.
I need to watch your habits, and then I need to watch. The best you can do is watch a woman while she dealing with other men. Watch how she did. Watch. That's all I'm saying. Watch how she deal with other men. Because some men think that she gonna be different with me. But who she is at core is who she is at core.
Right.
This pride ego that now with me, dude, you don't even understand. She gonna run laps around you, my guy. But Mr. J. Goss, this is what he does for a living.
Yeah, for a living.
Not reiterating the question. Hold on. What's your? Never mind. Oh, okay.
What's my
The question.
Don't start doing stuff.
So, what?
How do you mitigate?
Yes. How do you mitigate?
Well, we didn't even answer the first question. You didn't answer the first
So
question.
we're also talking about like relationships in Chicago with what you do for a living and how you balance all that out in your life.
And don't let people use you.
For sure.
He
Well,
says sweet.
but to tap on the first question, honestly, just to keep it real simple, when you hear the word exclusivity in men, people automatically think it's just, you know what I'm saying, the men that don't choose to fuck everybody. Oh, damn it. Exclusivity in men, you automatically assume that the conversation is, okay, this man is just simply not having sex with everybody, right? But exclusivity is not just sexual, you feel me? It got a lot to do with energy as well, you get what I'm saying? So personally, I don't allow or let a lot of people in my life who not in alignment with what I got going on, you feel me? And there's nothing personal. It could be the baddest female, you know what I'm saying, that I've ever talked to, but that don't have anything to do with my morals. Her looks don't got nothing to do with my morals. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it.
I want to say something too. I literally found I had that the baddest girl in the world, in my opinion, like the baddest to me, and I had to let it go because like I go on social media, she'll share everything plus anything when it came to my business. It was like, and that was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. Like,
yeah, and it's really prerogative too because somebody else might look at that and be like, that's little stuff. Like, why do you care about that? But it's really like understanding how the ability that a person has or how strong their ability to make you feel something is. That's how you got to measure that out.
Yeah.
Like that would have meant the world to Jaleel if she would have been sharing his content and being his biggest supporter. Yeah. But she wasn't. So it's like, okay, cool. I got
because then you
Next
find
up.
somebody like what I think we also have to understand as people is like it's okay, like to just look at people and say like, oh, okay, cool. You do something I don't like. It's not that you're a bad person, you're a bad woman. You're just not the right woman for me. Mm-hmm. So like, she's not a bad woman. She's not the one for me. Because then I found another woman who don't stop sharing my stuff. Yeah. I'm like, cool. Does that mean she's the right woman? No. She still might not be the right woman. She's just a good woman towards me.
And I feel it's like relative for real, you know, because I'm the type of person where I don't want it to be known. You feel me? Like I'd just rather not it be known for real. So it all like depends. It would be more so like, what do you
rather know you're not in a relationship or rather not be know who you are?
I don't want to post me on none of that. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And yeah, I want privacy because when like you know social media come involved, there's so much. You know, like my last relationship, it's like why are you liking this person's picture? And then it's you know, why aren't you posting me enough? And it's like, what does that have to do with our relationship?
Can I interject there for you though?
Go ahead.
Did you guys have these conversations before?
Nah, we didn't have these conversations before. You
Well,
know?
I think this is key for our
I
generation.
think that's important because a lot of times with relationships, people will go into something and not knowing what boundaries or what expectations that their partner has for them. You know what I'm saying? And then also too, a lot of times, you know, some males may have expectations on their, you know, ladies or their partner or whoever, and they not step up to the plate. And so I think that a lot of times, like, that communication in the beginning, like, let me know what you need from me.
Private, public.
And I have this conversation with my brother all the time, like, my morals and my values should be his. His morals and his values should be something that I cherish. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if we're not able to connect, and if I'm not my whole self and he's not his whole self, by the time we connect to actually form a heart, you already got holes in it.
I never like to say it's like, oh, that's my better half.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, that shouldn't be your better half.
Nah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got two halves, baby.
Yeah, you're my better hole, because if you got holes in your part of the heart,
Right.
then we already leaking.
I had to learn that. I had to learn that through experience. Like I'm a person that believes that I can learn everything I need to know if I pay attention enough from other people. I don't think I have to experience everything firsthand to grow. However, that was something I had to learn firsthand through the mud with, because when you get attached to a person, or when you see a person, it's almost like when you love a person for the potential of what could be, but not what is. Once I understood that, once you show me something a couple times, more than one time is too many personally, but once you show it to me, I gotta be willing to walk away. I feel like a lot of men, like when Jaleel and Jordan said, oh, I've seen the baddest, what I thought was the baddest woman come, and she didn't really fit what I could do, what I wanted, and I had to let it go. A lot of men, I noticed they can't do that. And it could be the influence of other people. It could be ego. It could be pride.
You don't have an abundance mindset. You have to have an abundance mindset.
Once you level up, this dating thing, it gets super easy, and it's not leveling up anything external. It's just once you understand who you're with, it's like, oh damn, you ain't wanna share that picture for me? Okay, cool. Or you didn't wanna text me this, or
so y'all really care about sharing pictures?
No, I'm using it. It could be the smallest thing, or it could be the biggest thing to whoever is looking at it.
Let me say this too. To this day, only 7 or 8 people knew that I was messing with her, and she shares all my stuff. It wasn't that she was sharing anything relational wise about me or us. It was just like promoting. You know what I mean? So we did that, but we did that as friends before we dated. You know what I mean?
I'm saying though, if y'all in a relationship, do you care about somebody?
And I'm glad you said that, because I used to. And I used to because of the validation I thought I needed.
Facts.
That everybody else needed to know that, look, this was going on.
Yeah.
Till I really started studying Tyler Perry. Most people wouldn't know that Tyler Perry was with the same woman for 10 years, had a whole kid. I just found out, and I'm a huge Tyler Perry fan. So one of the most famous people in the world, one of the most wealthiest, who is literally on camera. None of us knew. And that's what did it for me. Like, man, you could still be successful, still have a family, still live in the public in your life, in that part of your life. And what made me realize, and especially studying the Muslim community, like the sacredity and privacy of your relationship and your partner. Like the rest of the world, it kind of seems like it's like we gotta be out here. Like we need to post a video and make a TikTok, and we gotta be like everybody else. I think a lot of that stuff is because that's what society tells you how to do.
I'm gonna push back on
You was studying Muslim.
No, I was studying. So I had a friend who she couldn't shake a man's hand or something like that, and so I was asking why she couldn't shake it. And so I started, I won't say studying, but asking a lot of my Muslim friends like why, and they went down into like the practices.
Yeah. I'm gonna push back on that a little bit though, because I feel like it's subjective, bro. Everybody likes to be loved differently. Some people like feeling cherished. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, it's a love language. Like some people, it may mean nothing to them at all, or it might mean everything. So I feel like you gotta be able to appease your partner. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might not matter to you, like personally. It might not matter to me whether I get posted or not, but I know she might want to get posted. Right. So it's like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna do it because it's right. If we're gonna be the better whole, I gotta learn how to, make you feel. I gotta be able to give you that feeling, and I gotta be able to.
And that's where that compatibility comes into play.
But see, I've seen women post their niggas that I still slept with.
All right.
Come on, I'm just saying, like, because you like it don't mean nothing. It's like, y'all really have to be like it with y'all selves.
But you skipped over something. It's still, you said it's the core of the woman. The core of the woman is still gonna be the core of the woman whether you were right or not. So he just picked a bad one. That's just what that is. It don't got nothing to do whether she got posted or not. She just a bad egg.
I really think, again, that circles right back to why it's so important to have that initial conversation. Like, what do you want to be posted? Because me personally, everybody know I don't even take pictures like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I really don't take pictures like that. So I'm more of a type of person that I love to cherish memories, like, in person. I don't need a picture to validate my memory that I had. I don't need to post it on Instagram or anything like that. Like, that's just who I am. But there are some women out there that love to snap. They love to take that picture. They love to post it. They love to show off. So I will say, I'm not a you gotta post me, but I'm a memories person. So I'm gonna take the pictures, but I ain't gonna post the pictures. But you also not gonna say this ain't happening. I got pictures. I won't respond.
You won't be hit.
Now, but to your other point, you gotta know the person that you're dealing with love language. You gotta love them in their love language. If words of affirmation is their love language, you can't be out here buying gifts and be upset when they're like, I didn't want this.
It's never gonna work. And then you're gonna feel like,
man, that is a job, man.
right after that though, it's people don't understand that simple reality. And so I'm gonna feel like I'm not loving her the right way. I'm gonna feel like I gave her my all.
Yeah.
But I was giving her my all the wrong way. Yeah. So it meant absolutely nothing. And I feel like
at that point it circles back to the initial conversation.
The communication.
Because at the end of the day, if you purchasing gifts for a woman is her love language, maybe that's something that you like to do. And at that point, that's not a job. That's just who you are at the core. I love to give gifts. She loves to receive.
For the right person,
so you love her when she's supposed to.
For the right person, all love languages are the love languages.
Absolutely.
For the right person. For the right woman, I'm a buy, I'm a write, I'm a communicate, I'm a do this.
You gotta see it.
I do it all.
Initially, it ain't like that. You gotta see it.
Right. No, but I'm just saying, like, it be some women, you don't even take one a day because you already know this ain't it. Like, you already know the first conversation, what your intent. My intent is just.
I ain't gonna lie, a baddie, like, for real. What happened? And I just knew, like, nah, she ain't really for me. You know what I mean? Like, I can't see us going on. She fine. She's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you still pursue.
And you knew she
pursued me. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, she really pursued me.
But it's okay to get to the filter.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, it's just, and like I said, you know, it comes down to the compatibility. Like, you gotta be compatible with somebody for real, you know. And time really shows that, you know. And even having a conversation before that does show up. But like, why I gotta be so like, hey, so we're gonna date and this and that, like. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like that. You know what I mean?
But things change. To know you conversation.
Right, and I think it's all about how you go about it. So when I first met her, we didn't even speak about what relationship or what this is gonna look like. We literally went out, we talked about our lives and how we came to be. The next day we went out, we sat without talking about relationship. We talked about our personal expectations and boundaries because we need to understand, even as friends. There's certain boundaries that you can't cross with me. So then on the third, because by the third date, it's like, look, I'm here on the third reason for a reason. Then it's like, hey, this is why I'm coming here, because I don't want to lead you on. You might just be out thinking we out hanging out, and the other person might be like, oh, we together, right? So we set a cool intent that, hey, we just want to genuinely get to know each other and get to see where this leads, and then we can reevaluate 6-7 months from now.
Wait, this is my question. 6-7 months is crazy, but
it's crazy for what it is. Because I rushed into stuff in 2 days.
This is my question though.
Once you know, like the woman that comes, she's going to be an asset to you. She's not going to be a.
But that's not true. It's true. It's not true because once you know, you never know for sure. You can be dating somebody for 30 years and you still learn something new about them. But you know.
My mom always says being together is a choice. Being married is a choice.
It's a decision every day.
Yeah.
So when in this example that you're giving, were y'all just friends going on outings together, and then y'all found that y'all liked each other and the attraction was there, or was the attraction there from the beginning, and y'all both was like, oh yeah, we're going on a date, and then from the date it kind of blossomed?
It was friends first.
So and y'all just happened to be out, and then
it was literally like I was having a bad day, and I was like, hey yo, let's go out and grab a bite to eat. She's like, no, I don't want to grab nothing to eat. Could we like just go do an activity?
Right.
We did an activity. That was the end of the night, and night didn't end till like almost 3 a.m.
Okay, cool. You can't credit. I don't feel like you can credit that in. You can credit it towards building the rapport, but you can't credit it towards building the relationship. Like
I wasn't. No, but that's part of the like. That's the problem is that we exclude that out of a relationship. It's part of building. Like you can't get to a relationship.
They two different type of origins, bro. If I just happen to be really, I happen to enjoy the company of somebody platonically, and then later it's like, oh damn, I kind of rock with her. Like I'm really attracted to her.
I generally just can't like somebody.
That's different. I said platonic. That's different from me seeing a woman. And I ask her out on a date, and then we start building from there, and it goes good, it goes great. Those are two different things.
So he's like,
I don't make them
this. So like from him initially, it's like, yeah, y'all were platonic, but did y'all ever go to that point where you asked her on a date?
Yeah.
Like he's like, okay, we've hung out a few times. Like now let's go on like an official date.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you get.
To me, this is just my opinion. Either way,
if it was platonic, that means it's without the intention of it going into something else.
That's not true. That's not
if
true.
it's platonic, who?
Because
that's just a friend.
It can start platonic.
But that's how all relationships, in my opinion, should start.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool.
Like
so then you can't say you don't know the difference between if I ask a woman on a date and we start dating intentionally versus we just platonic and then go into something. You can't see the difference if you saying this is how you think it should start. You can't say that.
No, I'm saying that. No, what I'm saying is society has made it seem like you can't be friends and still before having a relationship.
Society looked at them.
Because let me be honest. Let me say this, right? Did I like her before we decided to like each other? Yes. Because I saw her and the first thing was like, she's beautiful. Mm-hmm. But I was out. That was an eyesight thing. Mm-hmm. So I know there was no personality.
When did the thought of like, I could see myself being where it comes? Was it the first, the second, or the third?
It was me just being. It was like the second really locked it in because I got arrested that same night.
Okay,
all right.
So then
we gonna wrap up. We're gonna on that. So I hope y'all enjoyed the content on today's episode. Whenever you're watching this, we like to close up all of our episodes with just thanking y'all for joining us. So if you're streaming on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Audible, all of them. If you're looking at us on YouTube, thank y'all for joining in. Please continue this conversation. I know we hit on a lot of things with marketing, socials, relationships, network marketing, your environment, the habits you should develop and maintain. So keep the conversation going. We appreciate y'all. Chicago in the building, for joining us. And we will catch y'all in 2 weeks.
For sure.
See y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh, good food, my conversation. Here for your consideration is good for your soul.